Hi all, and welcome to my Module 5 Resource Review presentation. For this review, I decided to explore and analyze the online tool called Storyboard That, which Gonzalez discusses within her text. So what is Storyboard That? Storyboard That is an online tool which teachers, students, and other individuals can use to create and tell digital stories. As Gonzalez discusses within her text, users can customize their comic strip style storyboards by searching through the website's library, which offers hundreds of backgrounds, characters, and props, including objects from historical time periods. So, for example, you wanted your students to create a story about their favorite sport or hobby, and let's say they chose football or going to the beach, your students would be able to select a football field or a beach as their background, and then choose characters that are dressed as athletes or are wearing swimwear. And then they could also choose objects such as a football or a beach ball to be included within their story as well. However, if there's a particular image a user wants to include within their story that's not available within the Storyboard That library, users are also able to upload their own images, which is a nice feature of the website. As far as the layouts go for Storyboard That, the website offers many options. There's the basic comic strip style format, which is pictured here to the left. But even with that, you can decide if you want to include title and or description bars, or just work with the basic cell. What I think is especially great about this online tool, though, is how it offers other layouts such as worksheets and posters, and my personal favorite, the graphic organizer layouts, which include templates for timelines, Frere models, spiderwebs, and more. When discussing the layouts of the Storyboard That within her text, Gonzalez makes a good point when she says, "This opens up all kinds of possibilities for mapping concepts and demonstrating learning." Going along with what she said, I like how this online tool offers various layouts beyond the basic comic strip style format because it provides students with opportunities to further extend their learning, organize their thoughts, and overall develop their computer skills. When users finish completing their digital stories or resources, there are many ways to share them with others. As Gonzalez expands on within her text, users can print their online projects to distribute, embed them within a website, share them on social media, and or view them as a slideshow through PowerPoint or the Storyboard platform, which is what I did here within this screenshot to the right. So if you were to just click on, well, this is the last slide, but if you were to click on this little bar right here, it would take you through the slideshow. So while exploring the Storyboard That online tool, I also realized that there is an option for teachers to create their own account. Through this account, teachers are able to invite and manage their students to the website, post assignments, and keep track of their own and their students' storyboards. I think this feature is what makes this online tool especially useful within the classroom, because it provides students with an opportunity to learn using digital tools, but their privacy is still protected and teachers can manage their progress. So here's where you would be able to invite your students and manage your class. Here's where you could post assignments, and here's where you could view all of the storyboards that are created. So one of the biggest highlights I discovered while exploring this tool is that Storyboard That offers teachers and educators who have an account over 2,000 lesson plans and activities, which they can browse through and choose from. As depicted within the screenshot above, subjects such as history, math, reading, and science are all available, and the site even offers activities for ELA and ESL students. I think this feature of Storyboard That is especially great because it provides educators with endless ideas for how they want to incorporate this online tool within their classroom. For example, when I first started playing around and exploring the Storyboard That site, I thought about how I could use the comic strip style format to practice sequencing and storytelling with my students. However, after exploring the different lessons which the site offers, I discovered excellent math and science activities using the comic strips, which I probably never would have thought of otherwise. Basically, with the help of the Storyboard That lessons provided, this online tool can be incorporated within any subject. Another highlight of this learning tool is that it offers users the opportunity to easily customize many aspects of their digital story or resource. If you look at the screenshot to the right, here's an example of a comic strip I created today. As you can see, I was able to customize the settings, characters, and objects within my story. I was even able to decide the poses and emotions my characters displayed, what time of day my story took place, and what the weather looked like within all the settings. I think this is a really fun feature which kids would love to play around with, and it would give them a chance to express themselves as well. So one of the biggest pitfalls of Storyboard That, however, is the price. So the website does offer a free membership, but it only allows users to create up to 2 storyboards per week. In order to access the advanced features, such as using the online tool to create a teacher account, or I think they also offer professional and business accounts, you have to pay a monthly fee, which can definitely add up over time. Gonzalez also makes a good point within her text when she mentions how some students can easily get carried away playing around with the customizable features these comic strip creator platforms offer, and consequently cause students to lose sight of their learning goal. In order to avoid this goal, however, Gonzalez provides some good tips, such as having students create a rough draft of their elements, or creating a rough draft of their comic on paper first, limiting the amount of points given for the creative and artistic portion of the project, and enforcing time limits for the development of the different stages of the project. By following these tips, students will be able to stay on track with their learning goal and use the online tool effectively. So as you can see here, it's kind of fun and easy to play around with the different emotions, poses, and colors of a character. I could definitely see how, as a kid, you might, go to town spending hours just focusing on what your characters look like instead of focusing on why you're actually creating your story. But as I just discussed, if you follow the tool or follow the tips that Gonzalez includes within her text, then your students should stay on track. When analyzing and exploring the use of Storyboard That within the classroom, I think this online tool offers a lot of educational value and can be beneficial for teachers and students alike. Despite costing money and being potentially distracting for students if it's not used correctly, Storyboard That has a lot to offer. I especially like how Storyboard That offers educators access to thousands of lesson plans and activities. Whether students use it to create a comic strip in another language that they are learning, or asked to identify geometric shapes within a presented comic strip, there are endless ways for students to learn using this online tool. It's also worth noting that when students use Storyboard That, they are able to simultaneously develop academic and computer skills. Overall, I chose to analyze Storyboard That because it was one of the online classroom tools that I read in Gonzalez's text, which I could actually see myself using one day within my classroom. Now that you've learned a little bit about Storyboard That, I wanted to ask you a few questions regarding this online tool. First of all, would you utilize Storyboard That within your classroom? Why or why not? Next, what's an example of an assignment you would give your students using the online tool Storyboard That? Lastly, according to the Storyboard That website, the platform even offers lesson plans and activities for students who are in preschool and kindergarten. What grades or ages do you think that Storyboard That is most appropriate for? Why? Please feel free to respond in the comments below. I'm interested to hear your responses. Thanks for watching my presentation. Here are some of the resources I used in case you would like to learn more about Storyboard That.